Welcome to a quarantine version of Cranky Gun Reviews. As you can see today, I have my nice Ruger American Ranch rifle in 7.62x39 here. I'm out at my range. They finally opened up again. And I'm going to try to sight this guy in at 50 yards, then I'll take it out to 100. That's the length of the range I have here today. So the way I have this thing set up, it's basically a bone stock American Ranch rifle in 7.62x39. I have it outfitted with some very budget sniper brand mid-height rings for a 1-inch scope. This is a Simmons 3-9x40 8-point scope. I happen to like these a lot. I'll probably do a video just on these at some point. This is pretty much my go-to scope for a budget scope that I put on my Target 1022s and all that other stuff that I have, just because they're easy to find. They're usually around 40 to 45 bucks shipped. You can get them on eBay, or sometimes you can find them in Walmart. So they work out pretty well. And then in addition to that, I have a very cheap muzzle brake on the end of this. I'm a little disappointed in that. Bought it off eBay, and you know how everything goes from eBay. More than likely that thing's made in China. When I got it, it was a little bit of rust in the bag with it. They didn't oil it well enough when they packaged it, and the crush washer that it came with was garbage. It was so stiff, I just couldn't get enough torque on it to stay on without feeling like I was going to damage something, so I just put a rubber O-ring on there. Go to the hardware store, go in the plumbing supply, and I got a 1/2 inch by, I don't know what thickness it was, O-ring, but I stuck that on the thread, screwed the muzzle brake on, so it shouldn't back off, hopefully. They don't have to be exorbitantly tight on there. They just have to be tight enough that they don't loosen up when you're shooting. I have, these are Pro Mag magazines for a Mini 30, and they do work in the 7.62x39 American Ranch. If you guys didn't know that, you probably already did. So I'm testing these out as far as feed and everything else against the Ruger one. I'm also using some Tulamo 7.62x39 steel cased ammo here. I also have some Red Army steel cased. They're all non-corrosive. And the Red Army is a hollow point. The Tulamo is 122 grain full metal jacket. And if you ask, why aren't you using Target ammo? Well, I don't have any. This is what I have. This is what's available to me. It's inexpensive, so that's why I buy it. And I've heard some people say that the Ruger rifles out of the factory don't work well with steel cased ammo because the primers are hard, the Berdan primers. So let's go ahead and find out together. I'm going to start out with some Tulamo, and I'm just shooting at 50 yards right now. Probably won't have any good groups. I haven't even sighted this thing in yet, so yeah, these magazines aren't the easiest things to get in the world, but the Pro Mag one so far slips right in there. So let's go ahead and see what I can do here. Let's crank up El Magnification to 9. I would go to 11, but I don't have a scope that goes to 11, so. Well, that's not very promising. Okay. Why isn't it picking up the first round? There we go. Magazine was a little bit wonky there, so let's see where I'm at here. First shot I've ever taken with this. I have no idea where that hit. Let's do another one. No idea. My target's going all over the place because it's so windy out, so I'm gonna have to back my magnification here out, maybe down to like 4, so I can hopefully see where I'm hitting here. I don't like how the rounds don't want to get picked up. Let's try the Ruger mag and see if that makes a difference here. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there, but let's try the Ruger mag instead here. Nope, same thing with the Ruger mag. Huh. I guess I just got to be a little bit more deliberate. I think I'm hitting low. Here we go, let's try that again. That was a little bit closer. And I gotta go left just a tiny bit. It's really not that far off for never having been sighted in yet. Let's see, left. All right, let's try this again. Almost a dead bullseye. I actually brought it too far left, so I got to go right about 3 clicks. I can already tell this is going to be one of my favorite guns, and I think I say that about every one of my guns, but honestly, this is going to be one of my favorites. Let me see if I can catch the muzzle blast here, if it has one. It's a little bit bright out today, so you never know. Let's see what I can do here. Almost a dead bullseye. It's about 1 inch to the left. And again, it's pretty windy today, so I can't really count on shot placement being perfect anyway because it's so windy, but almost a dead bullseye. And that was 5 shots. That was to ammo. Let's see if I can get these other magazines to work a little bit better here. I think part of it is I'm just not being deliberate enough when I'm throwing the bolt forward. There we go, that worked better. Either that or there's too much spring tension, I don't know. Almost a dead bullseye. I'm in love with this rifle, man. This thing is just awesome. Might be hitting a little bit low still, but my target's moving all over the place, so it's tough to tell. No, it's almost dead on. The wind is definitely moving the bullets because I adjust them to the left, I hit bullseye, and then the next shot it blows to the right. And we probably have some 15 to 20 mile an hour winds. That will do some pretty big stuff. I'm going to go ahead and pause this. I'm going to take some shots and then I'll come back in a little bit. I'm shooting at like a 1 inch dot on that target and I'm almost nailing it. Just a little bit to the left or to the right. Elevation's just about perfect. I'm gonna drop these legs down, I think. I love these bipods. These are those cheap CCOP bipods I always talk about. They just work so good. Yeah, not too far off. Also got to make sure my scope's not loosening up because I didn't really tighten it up that tight on the rail. It's still hitting a little bit to the right. But again, it's the wind. So maybe today I'm not going to worry so much about getting the windage correct because it is so windy out here. I'm going to just worry about trying to get the elevation correct. And then I'll do some groups. So it's looking pretty good so far. I don't like that first round. Doesn't ever want to go in on the first round. I don't know why. It's like tipping the nose of the rounds down in the magazine. I might just not be able to fill these up 100%. These again are made for a mini 30, so that's a problem. Should never have to jam the magazine, jam the round like that. Maybe it's just these Red Armies, because they're a hollow point. I don't know. But it just doesn't seem to want to pick them up. Yeah. Oh, there it goes. I think the first round it doesn't like picking up, so I might only have to load these with 9. We'll see as time goes on. Maybe they just need to break into. I don't know. These are Red Army standard. Wow. Dead bullseye. Yeah, this is so nice. Be better if those rounds would go in correctly. Seems to be the ones on the left side of the magazine don't want to load correctly for the first couple. I don't know why. We'll figure it out eventually. Alright, so I just did a 10-round group at 50 yards with the American Ranch. I was using Talamo, so the cheapest stuff I could possibly get. That's 10 rounds at 50 yards. That gun is amazing. I basically have 5 shots in this little group that's less than an inch. 2 in the bullseye or 3 in the bullseye and 1 over here to the side. And this is in 15 to 20 mile an hour winds. It's 36 degrees outside. I am super impressed with that rifle. So I have my Savage Model 25 223. I'm going to try doing the same thing with that and see how good a group I can get. So this is what, 1, 2, this is about a 4-inch circle, I think. Something like that. I'll have to measure it later, but it's about a 4-inch circle. So 10 rounds, just about 2.25 inches for 10 rounds. And realistically, 5 of the shots were right here. Then the wind started blowing the target like this, and that's when I had a couple of the other ones. So if I put some rocks on the target, I probably could have had a better group. But that's freaking awesome. This was my sight in, so started out down here, brought it up, and I hit a bunch in the center. Basically, I was just walking the rounds in that way, and that's the accuracy I got with that. So 15, 20 mile an hour winds, and I'm still getting that good accuracy. I can't even tell you how good this gun is. But again, this is only at 50 yards. I'm trying to do 3 5-yard groups, or 5-round groups with the old American Ranch 7.62 by 39. So it'll tell you how windy it is. The whole target blew over. Let's see what I can do with this. High on that one. That was almost a bullseye. Touched the first round. This thing is grouping amazingly well at 50 yards. That was 5 rounds. With the exception of one, I actually hit the bullseye on one, which is what I was aiming for, but the elevation's off just a tiny bit. Alright, second group of 5. That target is all over the place. You want to shoot these targets or just... Oh, okay, yeah. Salvage Model 25 Walking Varminter in 223.